9:13 MJ Morning Show, the 9:10 must-hear story of the day. And this caught my attention because I'm aware of this. I know there are places in town that do it. I know that there are reputable places in town that do it where people don't have a problem. But it's becoming so popular, and these places are popping up all over the country, that inevitably you're going to have some of these operations that maybe don't have the cleanest practices, or if they're doing tons of volume, and maybe you don't have folks that are, fully medically trained. Well, if I piqued your curiosity, what is this trendy thing that people are doing? Celebrities love this, but plenty of regular people do it as well. What is it that might cause some health and medical issues if it's not done properly? Does anyone have any idea? Any clue? Have I given you any kind of...
Yes, Coke.
No.
If you don't do that right.
No, come on.
Moderation is key with that.
Can I get a real
Not
guess?
even anymore, Rocks.
Come on.
I mean, now they're all laced with fentanyl.
Let the guys do their silly ones. I think I have a legit guess.
Wait, mine was legit. Yeah. First of all, Coke is a legit answer. Hello,
too
South
legit.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Roxanne, what's your legit guess?
My legit guess is it IV bags?
Holy crap, that's pretty... Yes!
I
Yes!
swear I didn't Google it. I
You
didn't see the
cheated.
story. No, I didn't see the
that's
story.
fair.
I just tried to logically think of,
I know a couple of guys that get IV bags.
That's 100% right.
They come
Wow.
out feeling like Superman afterwards. They go,
Yeah.
you feel great.
I mean, you get like B12, you get vitamins, listen, if you're dehydrated, you get an IV. Hey, hangovers. A lot of folks, if they've, had a heavy night of drinking, the next day they'll go to one of these private clinics and get a little IV drip to kind of, rejuvenate the system, get some fluids in there. So the whole trend of these IV drip treatments, now, there are plenty of places that are going to be 100% safe, but so many places are popping up that there are more occasions and more incidents that are coming to light where people are having problems. Intravenous or IV drip treatments to boost wellness and cure hangovers. Celebrities like Miley Cyrus, Christy Teigen. Oh, my wife hates her. Oh, Lord. What was that song Lord did? That was a great song. Was that Royals?
yeah.
Yeah.
Never be
Royals. That was a good song. But a bunch of celebrities, swear by these IV treatments. But now what's being described by infectious disease experts is an influx and an increase in people having to go to the hospital because of infections and just unclean, private IV drip treatments. And doctors, ER doctors, are noticing an increase in what they say are significant infections and other injuries, which are totally connected to some of these private IV treatments to, boost your system or get you out of a drunk funk or, whatever. Give you some energy. And
I remember before cold season, a friend of mine went to this infusion place.
Yeah.
And he said, I got my infusion for the cold. I go, how about just a flu shot?
And like I said, there are plenty of places across the country that are reputable. They're clean, no issues. And I know that there are some right here in the Tampa Bay area that are fine. But I can't ignore the fact that doctors and ER physicians are saying that there is an absolute increase in severe infections in places that don't have the best clinical and sanitary practices that do these IV drips.
Okay, so we're worried about the sanitary side of things, but does it say anything in there about just in general, are they good for you? Are they good for everybody? Because have you guys, did you say you did end up getting one, Fester? No?
I had a friend who did it. That's not
Have you had one, MJ?
Fester had a lard drip.
Yes.
Oh, a butter drip.
I went to a bacon grease infusion place.
I'll go with you to that.
He had a McDonald's French fry vat drip.
I loved it.
Yeah, right.
I'll go with you to that.
I've never had. The only IVs I've ever had are actually in the hospital. Right. Like, my kidney stone issue. If I've ever gone to the ER or whatever, or you're in the hospital, they're giving you an IV drip. But I've never had I'll call it a recreational IV drip. No, I've never had a non-medical reason IV drip.
I've had two, a recreational, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm hungover and I need one. It was just like, okay, I want to get those extra vitamins. And I have to say, I just neutral on it. Like it didn't do anything great for me. I didn't notice a difference.
Pump water into you?
Yeah, but it's vitamins. Yeah. And of course, it's the vitamins like we talked about earlier, vitamin C, different vitamins that you can't have too many of. But the thing is like, I think those work best when they do an analysis of your blood to know what you might be lacking. Like when they're tailored to you, I think they're probably better for you.
Well, I think that you can get IV drips at these places with certain ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like
sort of
like a cocktail, a menu. You can pick like what you want. I'll grab some phones on this. Yeah, if you get some of these recreational IV drips or energy booster IV treatments, have yours gone smoothly? Have you had a problem?
So they stick needles in you?
Dude, it's an IV. It's not like
Screw that.
It's not like
some stranger needling me up. What? You clean those needles?
That's the problem.
I'm not going to go to a place that like if Todd Bridges is doing the operation or something,
Dude, he knows a thing or two about needles. I would definitely go to
He'll
his
hit that
place.
vein.
He's still alive though, right?
He is the sole survivor of different strokes.
That's right. He is the only, and he had like among the biggest problem, right? Todd Bridges, wasn't he like found in crack houses and everything, passed out? And he's the one that's alive? Gary Coleman's dead? Conrad Bain's dead? That Dana Plato?
Dana Plato had a pretty bad case.
All right, let's go to phones.
Garrett is still alive.
Let's hit phones on this, on the whole IV drip deal. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I was reading a piece. The restorative infusions release cocktails of vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, antioxidants, such as selenium, vitamin C, B complex directly into patients' veins, which many claim provide an almost immediate boost. And listen, you can have reputable places that do this, but there are so many places that are popping up that if you have an increase, it's a numbers game that you're going to have some problems. It's like, there are some safe places where you can have, there are some places where you can get, Home Depot 30-year caulk injected in your butt, and it's 100% safe. But there are many other places where I'm kidding. Do not inject, folks, for a butt enhancement, do not inject GE 30-year silicone window caulking in your ass. Do not do that. I'm joking. All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Lisa in Port Richey. Hey, Lisa, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, I have a friend that has lupus, and she has a nurse from a portable IV place that comes out every Monday and gives her an infusion, and it goes amazing. But I'm going to put out there that the nurse, she is an RN, registered nurse.
And listen, that's a little different. You're having a medical necessary treatment, and you have a registered nurse doing an IV for, a friend with lupus. That's a little different than, going to a clinic and just getting one of these recreational drips.
Well, it's not actually medicine. It's just vitamin B.
Okay.
It's like what you're talking about.
So what she's talking about,
to make her feel good and get her going every Monday. But I was going to put in there, you have to watch. They're going into homes that, I don't know if you've ever been in a home that's not the cleanest home. So if you're going into a house that's, not the best looking kind of house to be in, and then you're throwing an IV into a site that's not the cleanest IV site, you're probably going to have some issues there.
Well, listen, if you walk in with your IV bag and you got cockroaches scurrying across your feet, that might be
or you're going to have some problems.
You got cat poo and pee all over the place. But no, but you clean the IV site on the person's arm with alcohol, obviously.
I know, but if you're sitting there for 45 minutes, because an IV is not the fastest IV, so you're going to be sitting there for a good hour with an IV running, and if you're not in the cleanest environment, you're going to have issues.
Yeah, you get chinch bugs and crotch crickets and stuff. Hey, thanks, Lisa.
You got to watch that. Okay. Thanks. Have a wonderful day, guys.
You too. Marcy in Clearwater. Marcy, you are on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
We are well. Go ahead.
So my husband actually gets IV treatments, and it mainly helps him with hydration because he's very dehydrated. But I would definitely suggest to go to places that are reputable and like an RN or trained person is doing them, because they can definitely be very dangerous. I mean, you're going with a needle into the bloodstream, so you're introducing bacteria into your bloodstream, and you can quickly get an infection and become septic, and that's something that you can die from.
Yeah, listen, and that's what they're saying, that there's such an influx of these places that,
Right.
you have such an increase that some places are not doing a good job, so they're seeing an increase in ER visits and infections, and they're finding out that people are having these, kind of off-site, out of the medical realm IV treatment. Marcy, thanks for the call. Look, phones exploded on this. I can't get hairy armpit calls, but
No.
I can get IV calls. Look at this. Let me grab Tammy in Brooksville. Hi, Tammy. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, yeah, I go to a place down not far from you guys in Largo. I go about once a month to a reputable doctor down there
Yep.
at a facility, a metabolic center. And if I get sick or I feel like I'm running a little bit low, I get what's called a Myers cocktail. And it's a mix of B vitamins and vitamin C, you don't have to do this, but I do it, and I feel so much better after I'm done. I have energy. It helps me with my metabolism.
And listen, you're going to a doctor's office for this.
Absolutely. And she was an ER doctor, actually, for over 20 years.
There you go.
She decided to go in the, and she decided to go in the metabolism business, and she's got a wonderful place. I don't know if you want me to mention it or not mention it, but it's down in Largo.
Yeah, look, you can mention it. That's fine with me.
Yeah. No, the name of the place is Peaks of Health, and it's Dr. Tracy Lenhart, and she's amazing.
Thank
She's
you
been a
very
friend of
much.
my family for years.
Tammy,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Thanks for calling in.
Have a great day.
You too. Again, even some of the private clinics, if they have LPNs or RNs doing it and it's a clean facility, there are plenty of places that do a good job with these things. All right, one more. Joe in Clearwater. Joe, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Last say on this. Go ahead.
How you doing?
Doing fine. Go ahead.
I agree with everyone. You need to go to a reputable doctor, for any type of medical services. But I go to one here in Clearwater, and it's absolutely great. And even one up on that, if you are really sick and you have pneumonia, some emergency rooms will agree to give you very high dose vitamin C, and it will clear up your pneumonia in like a couple days. But not all the doctors will do that. But so when the previous woman was,
What about Dr. Kevorkian? Will he do it?
He'll give you a glass of orange juice on the way out. That's
All right.
about it.
Joe, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.